the ICC gave Pakistan the long rope. Pakistan hasn't responded to the ICC. Is the message very clear from ICC to Pakistan? You cannot pick and choose matches in a global tournament. If Pakistan does go ahead with selective participation and boycott, could Pakistan face serious sanctions, from loss of hosting rights to isolation, perhaps even a hit on its $34 million annual ICC revenue share? Nikhil Naz and Vikrant Gupta get you more in this report.
India versus Pakistan, cricket's biggest rivalry. But now the fate of the match, scheduled for February 15 in Sri Lanka, hangs in the balance. Pakistan has refused to play against India in the T20 World Cup. In an unprecedented move, the Pakistani government confirmed its participation in the T20 World Cup 2026, but announced that it will boycott its group stage match against arch rivals India. On the other hand, Team India is all set for the match. India Today Inside Scoop reveals that Team India will go ahead with the pre-match press conference and continue practice exactly as scheduled. The squad will travel to Sri Lanka on time and follow every step laid down by the tournament guidelines. However, the BCCI is awaiting the final decision of the ICC.
ये बड़ा ICC का स्टेटमेंट आया है जिसमें उन्होंने खेल भावना को लेके कहा है, तो हम पूरी तरह ICC से सहमत हैं, और लेकिन हम BCCI इस पर भी कोई टिप्पणी नहीं करेगी जब तक ICC से हमारी बातचीत ना हो जाए.
The ball is now in International Cricket Council's court. The ICC is expected to call a board meeting to discuss Pakistan's threat. Meanwhile, ICC is also considering action against Pakistan. If the boycott row escalates, ICC can tighten Pakistan's bilateral calendars, limiting future cricketing engagements. ICC can also make it harder for foreign players to receive clearances to participate in the Pakistan Super League. Pakistan may even lose hosting rights for future ICC tournaments. Once again, this controversy has given opposition fresh ammunition to corner the government over sporting ties with Pakistan.
PCB ने जो किया है वो BCCI के मुंह पे तमाचा है, और वो देशवासी जो उम्मीद कर रहे थे कि BCCI कोई स्टांस लेगी, BCCI को दिखाया है कि पेनल्टी स्पोर्टिंग कमिटमेंट सब एक तरफ और देश की इज्जत एक तरफ.
आप बताइए, पाकिस्तान को ठोक कर जवाब क्यों नहीं दे रहे आप? मतलब पाकिस्तान आपको मुंह चिढ़ा रहा है और आप में जवाब देने की हिम्मत नहीं है. इससे ज्यादा कोई दुर्भाग्य हो सकता है? आप क्यों नहीं जवाब दे रहे? पाकिस्तान की बांग्लादेश से शाहरुख खान ने एक वो ले लिया तो एक हंगामा बरपा था. अरे अब हंगामा करो ना.
An India-Pak match is the biggest money spinner in cricket, with TV advertisement revenue of rupees 150 to 180 crores, digital advertisement revenue of rupees 100 to 150 crores, and up to 50 crore TV and digital viewership. Bureau Report, India Today.
So what's the thinking in the ICC? Joining me with the latest is my colleague Nikhil Naz. Nikhil, what are you picking up, both at the ICC end and Pakistan end? Does it appear that Pakistan is actually cutting its nose to spite its face?
Well, Gaurav, I couldn't have thought of a better phrase to actually say what's happening right now than the one that you've just quoted. Because if no matter which way you look at this entire fiasco, there's nothing that's going in Pakistan's favor. I think the only thing where they're hedging their bets on is that they might get some geopolitical benefit because they're extending a hand of friendship towards Bangladesh. I know on that front, and you're an expert on that, I think they put all their eggs in the same basket, hoping that it will be the Mohammad Yunus government that will come to power in Bangladesh. So I think that's where they are going with this, because oftentimes I'm hearing a lot of people talk about this entire decision that has been taken by Pakistan as one taken by the Pakistani government, and maybe the Pakistan Cricket Board may not be on the same page. I'd like to remind them the Pakistani government and Pakistan Cricket Board is, de facto the same person, because the head of the Pakistan
Yes.
Cricket Board is also the interior minister of the country. So definitely they're on the same page taking this call. And then if you look at it, as I said, from any point, let's take a look at it from a cricketing perspective. What benefit is Pakistan going to get? None at all. What are the harms that Pakistan will have to deal with? Well, I can list a lot. Firstly, they're definitely looking at sanctions from the ICC, because they've not only taken the might of Board of Control for Cricket in India, the strongest board, but they've actually taken the rest of the cricketing world head on.
14-2.
Because what they are complaining at the moment, and the reason they are not playing the India encounter, is because of a third party, which is now Bangladesh, where they say that, listen, you have been unfair to Bangladesh by not allowing them to get that hybrid model that Pakistan and India avail the benefit of. So this is what they are coming up with. But they forget that this call wasn't taken by India alone. This call was taken by the rest of the cricketing world. 14-2 was the voting that happened. So Cricket Australia was part of that decision. England was part of that decision. West Indies, New Zealand, everyone was part of that decision. What does that do? That actually now isolates Pakistan. Not only will ICC now relook going forward Pakistan's participation in ICC tournament, not only would ICC put heavy financial penalties on Pakistan, because them not playing the India game for which they've signed on the dotted line will affect ICC's revenue. So someone will have to pay. It seems it could be Pakistan. And then even bilateral relations, PSL, all these other properties are going to be affected, because they can't be participating in bilateral cricket and PSL on their own.
Someone will
they
have
need
to
the rest
pay.
of the cricketing world. So on all front, to think of another phrase, maybe what? They've dug their own graves, shot themselves in the foot, anyone that you like.
Okay, so they've shot themselves in the foot, the Pakistani Cricket Board and their interior minister. But can Pakistan, since you mentioned PSL, can Pakistan sustain, its PSL or its cricket minus ICC and BCCI? What happens if others board are also, they decide to avoid Pakistan?
The short answer is no. I'm just going to quickly rattle off some numbers. 600 million is the yearly revenue of the ICC. India get a lion's share, so they should, because they get 80% of that revenue on the table. They get about 260 million from that 600, right? Pakistan, on the other hand, get about 35 million from the ICC kitty. Now, many might say, India 260, Pakistan only 35. So Pakistan has done well to hurt India, because India is losing out on about 260 million. Well, now you have to read the fine print. India may be losing out on that 260, not entirely that amount. India, Pakistan will be 40%. But even if you look at that entire revenue, India's total revenue per year is 2.5 billion. 260 odd million is about 10% of that. So where are you hitting India? 10% of their revenue. Pakistan, on the other hand, 35 million that they get from the ICC kitty, that's 70% of their yearly revenue, of which they get about 55 million.
So that the devil lies in the detail. A 10% loss for India versus a 70% loss for Pakistan Cricket Board, should it continue to push ahead. Or can Pakistan still backtrack? We'll be tracking that story very closely, because Pakistan does whatever it may want to do and it will find an excuse to justify it. Should it back out, then of course India has a golden opportunity to ensure that Pakistan is no longer a part of the cricket playing world, should other boards also be on board, and we'll be tracking that story very closely. That is all I have for you on India First this evening. Many thanks for watching.